always fun to have parties like these, and it's always nice to know that we have federal and state people behind us. So today we have some people from the federal offices. The first is Jacob Bosman from Senator Chuck Grassley's office.
Thank you very much, Shirley, for allowing me to be here with you guys today. I wanted to just comment first off on your hat hair comment. That was a big problem for me. The senator couldn't be with us, but he wanted me to read the letter. Dear honored guests, it is my pleasure to congratulate you on this ribbon cutting, a symbol of the ongoing process of expanding Highway 20 to 4 lanes across all of Iowa. I regret that I cannot be there with you in Rockwell City. However, we are today one stretch of road nearer to a complete 4-lane Highway 20 and one step closer to my goal of driving on a 4-lane road to Sioux City from my farm in Butler County. I remember the not too distant past when a complete 4-lane Highway 20 across Iowa was not imminent. It is widely known that your organization has had a far-reaching effect. This is an achievement of which you can be proud. A quality transportation infrastructure is the backbone of commerce and economic development in Iowa. Thank you all for your dedication to the Highway 20 corridor and the entire state of Iowa. As your United States Senator, I'm proud to know I represent individuals and organizations of your county. Barbara and I send you our most sincere congratulations. Sincerely, Chuck Grassley, your United States Senator. Thank you.
Look at these at home, but it's beginning to look like it. And from Senator Harkin's office, we have Jim Condon.
Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Condon. Actually,
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I work for Senator Harkin in the Des Moines office and handle the transportation portfolio for the Central Iowa region. So, from a personal standpoint, growing up in Barnum, next door, and going to high school in Manson, I know how important this road is and this event is to the region. So, as indicated, Senator Harkin also couldn't be here today because Congress was in session, and he asked me to read this letter. Dear friends, thank you for inviting me to join you today for yet another exciting chapter in your efforts to secure a 4-lane highway across Highway 20 across Iowa. Unfortunately, as the Senate is still in session, I'm unable to join you in person. However, I did want to convey my congratulations to you today. I've long been in support of completing Highway 20 since I helped acquire federal highway funding for a study for improving Highway 20 in western Iowa in the late 1980s. Since that time, considerable funds have been earmarked for this project. But given the high estimated cost of almost $500 million, the key to completing Highway 20 is bringing formula funding to the project. I've been a strong proponent of increasing highway funding, and firmly believe that increased highway funding holds the best promise for completing this project. In the meantime, we will celebrate the victories we accomplish as we're doing today. It is my hope that someday in the future we will meet again between Rockwell City and Mobile, and looking east to west, see our shared dream come to fruition. Congratulations again on this accomplishment. Sincerely, Tom Harkin, United States Senator.
Staunch supporter of ours, Jim Olberhelman. He's going to wing it.
I'm going to wing it. The Congressman, as they've mentioned, they're in session, so wanted me to congratulate you folks, Shirley, with US 20 Association. It's been a pleasure to work with you folks. We're not done yet. As Mr. Singer over here said earlier, it's been a collaborative effort, whether it's the State House with Senator Beal, Dave Shepkes, Helen Miller, going back. It's been a slow process, as folks like Floyd Magnuson would say, or Buck Volkman. We're getting closer, and I missed the M&Ms that Darryl gave out last time. But no, we're getting closer. It's a very important part today to have that section open, and we look forward to continuing to work with the folks, you folks, the folks at the US 20 Association, the State House, in trying to complete this all the way across the state. Thank you.
I'll get that while Bill's talking. Our next on the list is Bill Anderson from Congressman Steve King's office, and Bill's also a newly elected state legislator.
Thank you, Shirley. And the Congressman from day one, since he was elected to the U.S. House, has said that this was his #1 transportation priority and will remain his #1 priority until its completion. So he sends his best, and obviously out in Washington, D.C. today. So I have a letter, and I would like to say I could be brief, but the letter came from Washington. So Dear members of the U.S. 20 Corridor Association, representatives from the Department of Transportation, state legislators, and other 4-lane Highway 20 supporters, I regret not being able to be with you today at the ribbon cutting to witness the completion of 4-lane Highway 20 between Moreland and Rockwell City. Unfortunately, the House congressional calendar requires me to be in Washington. As you know, I have been committed to 4-lane Highway 20 since serving in the state Senate, and when I was elected to Congress, I made 4-laning Highway 20 my #1 transportation priority. I've worked hard with the rest of our delegation to secure $27 million in federal funding to complete this project, and will continue my work on it until the last ribbon is cut. I understand how critical Highway 20 is to the economic development of western Iowa, and today marks another step closer to completion. Iowa needs a 4-lane Highway 20 to serve as the Midwest connector. This transportation project will foster Iowa's economic growth and prosperity, and it will attract new residents and businesses to the area, expand markets for existing businesses, and propel new industries across Iowa. With each ribbon cutting, we celebrate more progress that would not be possible without the tireless efforts of the Highway 20 Association. Since the 1960s, the members of this organization have had a vision and persistence to see each segment through. I would also like to recognize the work of the Iowa Department of Transportation. The Iowa DOT should be commended for helping improve Iowa's access to the national transportation system and for keeping Highway 20 a priority. I must also express my appreciation for all the state legislators, local community leaders, Iowa residents, and businesses for their continuing cooperation and support for these efforts. I look forward to the continued work on the completion of 4-lane Highway 20. We're not finished yet, but we're one segment closer. Sincerely, Steve King, Member of Congress.